Okay, here we go. We are doing replay review for Dave. Player review, here we go. The YouTube video is going to be uncut unless I decide to cut out a big chunk for whatever reason or put something else in. So the video will be pretty unedited, just so you know, for the YouTube upload. Again, I was going to be from the point of view of a Champ 3 1v1 player, so I'm probably going to prioritize good decisions, accuracy, and then we'll also be looking at what mechanics and game sense things are the most reoccurring. And then I'll send you a little spreadsheet with some information on that as well. But yeah, don't be offended by anything. There's probably going to be a decent amount of mistakes. I mean, it happens, so yeah, should be good though. Looks like a fairly high scoring game. That's good. Decent kickoff, which is always good. I go in here. I like that you looked for where he was at. That was smart. The only thing here is after this kickoff, those boosts are there, but you can generally read where this ball's going. And so a common thing is that people will like go towards this corner because they want the boost over here. But you don't always have to go for the boost because you have a little bit of time, especially with how far away this guy is right now. You could grab this pad potentially, and then try and angle yourself in this way to read however this ball's gonna land and see if you could just shoot it into the net rather than getting this boost or getting too close to this boost and having a more awkward shot. Or even you can flip through this way and just try and get there quicker. But generally, if I think this is going to bounce outfield a little bit more, I'll wait a little bit. This is just like a minor game sense thing. This one's not really even a mistake. But just more so a thing to take note of. I don't dislike it. Jumping right here at the end was a bad idea because I don't think he was coming for you. I think you had a little bit more time on this shot than you think you had. Damn, he missed that wide open. That's unfortunate. So, let's look at it. Let's say you didn't stop here, or you got closer once you started being able to read this bounce. So you went maybe a little more this way. Also, I would have looked for the opponent just a little bit quicker to give you a little more information. Like if you were here, roughly, and came this way instead of like going towards the middle boost there, or not middle boost, corner boost there, you could have had a slightly better read on this bounce, or even tried to hit it when it bounced like here. But this is gonna be a hard bounce to read, even if you came all the way over here. I think going for this once it was in the air makes it pretty hard for you to read. That's kind of my opinion with this shot. But I know the urge of wanting to hit the open net, especially after kickoff. The big thing is also not panicking when you get into these sort of scenarios. Like, I'd say you didn't make a bad decision by trying to jump up and hit it towards the net. You could have obviously hit it a little bit better. You probably could have even grabbed this boost before you went for it because it bounced so close to the wall here. So I would say once you made the decision to go for that bounce, once you didn't score it here and it's like bouncing again and you're here, your priority now is going to be to get a 50 with him, know where he is, know what he wants, and here you don't want to concede. So you want to either control the ball or start getting back and try and get some pads. That way you can save the ball if you need to. Thanks for popping in, Feeler. Hope you're having a good day, dude. Yeah, this is kind of what I would think Generally, it's a good rule of thumb if you make a play on the ball to then kind of rotate out of the scenario. That's what I try and do, especially since you're like on this half of the field. You're probably really low on boost. You kind of stayed in the play too long after making an unfortunate mechanical decision here. So let's go back to your point of view real quick. Let's see if you could have maybe hit this a little bit better. This is a hard one to get a lot of power on. And you have 7 boost. I would have tried to land on this boost pad too, just to get a little bit of boost. So mechanically, I'd say it went towards the net, so I won't say you made a mistake there. I would say this one's more specifically like a game sense sort of scenario. We'll say jumping when not needed. That's kind of what happened while you got scored on. And then another part is just knowing the play is dead and rotating / trying to control the ball out. That's what I would say. I don't know if you know or not, but for the channel points, there's 69 and 420 subscription are swapped. No, they're not. The boost management too. I would expect the other guy to get back. Yeah, I would have looked. Since it was after kickoff, I think boost management's going to be pretty hard unless he got big boost. Those are definitely other options, but I'd say since he made this decision, the only mistake I think is really just jumping right here to try and avoid a bump is what I think was going on. Yeah, I'd say those two are the game sense things that kind of resulted in the goal there. I would have been trying to get out of this a little bit quicker just because it got a little awkward. Because now you can't recover at all since you jumped. But I think you thought he was going to demo you. Looks like you get a kickoff goal on this one. It's also good to note that you don't always have to shoot on the net. Like, you don't have to make a shot. If it's uncomfortable and you don't think you can make the shot, or you're going to be able to score quick enough, you don't have to take the shot. Kickoff. Skip past this because kickoff goal. A good kickoff. I think you try to pre-flip to get the save here. Because it looks like it was going to be on target. I try and get like a bigger flip, if that makes sense, when I go for pre-flip saves. Instead of flipping like super diagonal when I'm doing a pre-flip save, I'm trying to like make my car as wide and tall as I can. That way I'm blocking more of the shot. That's a very minor thing. Good opponent awareness. Good boost grabs. Good not extending here. Pretty good catch. Once you don't see him behind the ball, you need to check immediately for where he is right here. You catch this and you see him disappear behind the ball. So he's either challenging or going back towards the net. When I get into a flick position like this, you can kind of start anticipating it the more you play. So the first thing is he's probably challenging this. So immediately what I like to do in these scenarios is just get a flick off immediately when I cannot see the person. The second option for this, obviously, is to drop the ball down and opt for a low 50. You want to be more behind if you're going to be doing that, though. And then you kind of catch this ball awkward. It's on this side of your car, and you can kind of see where you are here. This isn't the best spot to be dribbling, like after you catch the ball, because you can't really get a great flick from this scenario towards his net anyway. You can flick it to the right side, but you definitely can't really flick the ball this way. When I'm getting flicks, especially down the field like this, I try and stay a little more central under the ball here. Like, I like to be somewhere here. And then I'll change up which side of the ball I'm going to go to, how I'm going to control the ball when I decide how I'm going to get the flick. But he did a really good job at challenging you here. You just probably needed to realize sooner when he went behind the ball that you need to make a decision really quick on what to do. And this is just like, you need to add this into like a rule book. Like, 1, if opponent does this thing, I'm either going to do this or I'm going to do this. You get kind of stuck in the middle ground, it looks like, of doing neither thing in this specific scenario. And this one's again game sense. When dribbling, find a ball, there, flick, or below 50. I don't think this is going to result in a goal. It might result in a goal, but let's see. I don't think it does. So far, we've only really seen game sense, because you got a good catch here. And then you dribble for just a little bit too long. It looks like you're trying to recollect it and get it like more onto the other side of your car here. But yeah, since he's challenging you, you can also flick your camera up to like look over the ball to see what they're doing. I would go for like a bumper demo play here. Good boost. Let's see his POV real quick. In this scenario, a better player will be able to score this on you. Since you've overextended and you're like under him, a better player would be able to hit this there from here. Like this would be a pretty easy shot for a better player. This is a common overextension, especially in 1v1s, and especially when you're going for boost or getting boost. Let's go to an aerial view real quick for you, just so you can kind of see what might look weird for positioning. So he's in your corner, right? We have that information. You're likely semi-low on boost right now. And since he gets this touch right here, he now has potential for outplays on you. I wouldn't turn into this play. Once I see that he gets a controlling touch, once he's getting this touch here, after I grab this boost, I'm going to go this way. Because if I go this way and he gets a pop over me, kind of like what happens, the ball's going this way, I now have to figure out how to get back, and there's like a ton of lost distance. With this scenario, I like to stay up on the wall, kind of see where they're going to hit it, and just try and get a save. You don't have to be on the wall, obviously. You can stay on the ground if you want. That's another option. If you really want and you have time, you can kind of path like this if he's taking it high and you want to get like a pre-jump. Those are all options that you can take. With this scenario, you can also try and get a bump. Like I said, I would try and bump him in this scenario. And in that scenario, I would go through this boost and then come back if I missed the boost. But just be careful of not being ready for a save, I guess I would say. Not being ready, save. This is when the opponent has control specifically. And you turned it, you just kind of turned into the play a little bit early here. And this is specifically in defense. Just because he can outplay you, I think it's a bad idea to go for this. But you should be able to get back for the save. He doesn't get a good touch at all. Good touch here. Should be... Ooh. I don't know what happened here. I don't know what this was. Maybe you missed the ball. It looks like you toggled ball cam and maybe that transition messed with you. Or you're going for a ball. I don't know what you're doing. You do stay with the ball and control it though. It looks like you're going for a clip now, which is fine. Nice, good keeping it up once he went down. So right here, since he's up, and I would assume he's going to have downward momentum after jumping off that ceiling. So you want to keep the ball going up as much as you can. He almost got you. It was a close one from him. But it was a good control from you there. Good confidence going for that. Let's double check the setup there. Make sure it's all good. Good touches. You could have got a better first touch to control the ball up a little bit more, but that's really minor. Risky. Does put you in a good position to control the ball back to your net, though. So, I don't dislike this play. I think in this play, I think maybe you tried to. It looks like you were trying to, but I would have tried to hit this ball this way at the same time as collecting this boost. That way, maybe I can set up something like this. If you're going to be stealing their boost, especially stealing boosts in either one of these two corners, you only ever want to steal the boost if two things. A, if the opponent doesn't have possession of the ball, you can go for it. You don't want to go for it if they have possession of the ball, and you can go for it if you have possession of the ball as well, obviously. This is a gray zone where you went for it and didn't have possession, and then they got possession. So generally speaking, I would like to make sure that they can't get possession of the ball when I go for their corner boost. This could have ended bad if he played it a little bit better here. Going for corner boost. Opponent's corner boost. I'm just like going for a opponent's corner. In possession of the ball. This could have gotten you scored on. It maybe should have gotten you scored on, honestly. Let's see what he's doing in this scenario real quick. Yeah, he messed up mechanically. You kind of get lucky. If he got a better power slide turn here, he could have chipped this in a little bit better. I probably would have tried to get a flick and just got a quick diagonal flip off. But he goofs up a little bit. Okay, this is a mechanical. This is one of the first real mechanical issues I think we've seen. This is turning, like power slide turning when the ball's coming off the wall and getting that first touch that you want. So that's good that we have a mechanic now, because now we have something else to look at. So first touch, coming back into corner, all on the wall. And your first touch was just heavy here. And it made you kind of technically lose possession of the ball. And it actually immediately gets you scored on too. So right here, so you're coming back, and then you're turning around and you're not getting the touch that you want on this. A, because you're going a lot faster now. You sped up too much and the ball's kind of slowing down as its momentum's coming down. So when you make this turn, it's got to be one tight turn or else you're going to hit it with your booty and it's going to go back out to where he is. Ideally with these scenarios, if the opponent isn't coming in, I'll turn up the wall like this, let the ball come to me, and then set up some sort of a play like that. Hey Dury, what's up my man? How you doing? Mr. Dury, we can get some Dury opinions up in here too, because Dury's got some good ideas. This is kind of my thought with this. I would either slow down to try and get the touch you're getting, or I would turn up the wall here, because I don't think he's actually pressuring you. Turn up this way, turn around, let the ball come this way, and then see what's going on. Maybe even control the ball diagonally across the field afterward instead of taking it up along the wall, because it's not super threatening up along the wall. Just kind of giving you some other ideas as well. Thanks for popping in, Dury. Hope you're having a great day, my man. Let's see how much time you really had in this scenario too. It's always good to see how much time you really have in a game. It's like, look at him. He was all the way back here. If you would have let the ball just roll to you, you would have had plenty of time to outplay him. Sometimes it's hard to realize that you have a lot more time in the game than you think you do. Decent kickoff here. Good trying to stay goal side. Good not panicking. This should be a nice setup. You can do a lot from this scenario. Kind of mess up your flick here. This is a mechanical one. You slowed down a lot for this. I don't know if you were trying to set up a flick. I don't know what you were trying to set up. I think maybe you got overwhelmed with the amount of options you had and didn't really choose one. And then you saw him challenging and you kind of panicked. Didn't want to hit too hard because he got close. Yeah. And then you tried to flick it once you got your touch, but not the best first touch here. Yeah, and he faked you. Unfortunate. I'd say this is closer to a flick. We'll write this down as just a first touch into a flick. Again, I don't he probably wasn't actually gonna challenge you on this. I don't think he would anyway. Probably could have scored from it too. Good not panicking here though. Watch out for a bump here. Ah, he gets the boost. Oh, he leaves you this boost though, and he leaves the ball. This was an open net. I don't know. Yeah, this is a very open net. I think having ball cam on here may have fucked you up. Because I think it like moved your camera around here a little weird. Either way, we have a few things here. So this is like recognizing an open net and just shooting at the net, because you were in a really good spot to score this, honestly. Like that's just open. So under game sense. Not recognizing open net. And then after this, again, once you have your flick, you're kind of flipping a little bit too early. Like that jump is what hit the ball away from you. So when you did your flip, it also just didn't work out. Like that touch, and then your second jump hit the ball away again. So that it wasn't like glued to your car, like the ball needs to be for your flick. Say mechanic. Flick error. We reviewing Dave? We are. How you doing, prepaid? I don't know if it's going to result in a goal, but you definitely would have scored. So, a little unfortunate, but it happens. Practicing freestyle stuff because I want to be freestyler, so I am quite bad at basics. It's kind of, some of the stuff's sort of the same, like keeping the ball glued to your car. Same kind of thing applies. It's just slightly different on the ground. Really good demo here. This is open. Good demo. That's risky as hell. I probably would have done the same thing just because I'm like, I'm gonna try and get that. You're staying really close on super low boost. This whole play right here. You get boost now, which is good. It's just it's very risky to do this. For a lot of these scenarios, I know I make this mistake a lot too, though. Like after kickoff here, he's going to the right there. In this scenario, I would probably either get my back boost, get middle boost, or get that other corner boost. I don't know if I would try and beat him to this because he should be able to beat you to this ball. It would be an overextension if he was more comfortable hitting that past you. That was an open net because he messed up here too. This is just a awkward angle. But that's definitely an open net. I would have just tried to boom it really low since he's so high. We'll put this on shot placement. But it's really hard, really hard to make the right shooting decision in the moment like that. It can be very hard to do. Keep it in mind. Boom or fake? I would boom it at the bottom left corner there. You could probably also fake it. You had a lot of options. You kind of hit it high though and didn't hit it with a lot of power, and it gave him the ball. But for our game sense there, I think you know that you were playing risky when he had possession, so you were you're basically challenging when the opponent can outplay. It's just risky. It didn't result in a goal, but it can be bad. It's bad habits, and people can start abusing it. Yeah. But again, it's really hard to notice those in game. Like when you're in the moment, it can be really hard to notice them. It was a good boost steal from you. Good not going for that and seeing that he beat you there. Good control here. Maybe flicked a little bit early, but might still score. Ooh, good shot. Let's see here. This is good. Good control from you. He maybe could have shot, but he was turning around. He wasn't confident. Gotta be careful in those corners. This flick, I feel like it was just a little preemptive. I'd say it's a mistake, though. Yes. I'm not good at wave dash recovery kickoff, so I can't tell you how to do that better. Yeah, you give him the open net here. In this scenario, it's just good to like kind of have in your head when you don't have possession of the ball, are you going to be able to make the save? You always want to be pathing for the save. Like even if you just pathed more diagonally, you may have been able to save this just because you're already so close to it now. If you would have just went diagonal, maybe tried to get a nice flip towards your net. So like right here, instead of driving along the wall for this distance, I probably would have just tried to go straight for my net. Am I allowed to chime in? Oh yeah, for sure, dude. Unless Dave doesn't want anyone to chime in, of course. He's the one that paid for the coaching. Yeah, but this is going for your corner boost when the opponent can shoot. This is a really common one. You see literally everyone do this ever. But unfortunate. He's a god of that mechanic. Thank you for the info. Turn it. Mr. A. Zapatos. I'll try and remember that. He's the Zapdash guy or whatever the fuck, right? Yeah, I do think you could have. So, like, right here, well, I would assume that he's going to be beating me to this, so I would be trying to turn a little bit earlier. But I would have probably done a jump off the wall and wave dash, or if you know how to, like, wall dash off the wall, or whatever that weird one is called, going down. I would have just pathed, like, I try and path, like, especially on defense, I'm trying to get back to net and cover it, like, as much as I can possibly freaking cover, as quick as I can, especially if I know this shot is coming in. I'm just trying to get here. I would keep ball cam on, too, so I can kind of anticipate when he's going to be able to shoot it, and I can just kind of keep an eye on the play. You have to be more comfortable with knowing where the pads are at that point. Dury said that practice bounce dribbles that bounce low. It is a good thing to practice. It's a hard thing to practice, but it's definitely a good thing to practice as well. Especially if you're not comfortable with it. I always think if there's something you're not comfortable with, practice it. Because, I mean, you need to be good at it. Dury goated. Dury is fucking insane. Should have this. I probably would have flipped a little bit sooner here. I would have flipped probably about the same time he is flipping to try and get that mid boost. I may have even flipped towards mid boost here and tried to conserve a little boost. But I like the patience. And I don't think it's a mistake to be patient. Yeah, keep an eye on him here. You looked away for a sec. Right here, when you leave this ball and you turn off ball cam here, he could be shooting. He's not, and he misses, but he could be shooting. Which is a good thing to keep in mind. This is an open net. Just fortunate. Since he misses, we see a miss right here. Turning this way, if you turn quick enough and are good enough at turning, you can hit this. You can also, since the ball is rolling across the field this way, you can just turn this way as well. And that way, you don't get, like, let's say the ball's here. You don't get on this side of the ball trying to hit it here. And if you're on this side, it's like, it's a wider angle, basically. If you get too bad of a turn here, it's going to be a harder angle to hit. This is a solid, just normal open net. This is shooting. Let's just see. A lot of like positioning for like an easier shot. Because sometimes, I mean, we make the shots too hard on ourselves when they don't need to be. That is also correct. Turn up. That is also correct. That was a close try. Patience here. It probably would have been, since that was hard for you, it looks like this was hard for you to read. Bounces off the backboard like this can be hard. And they're especially risky to go for in 1v1s. So kind of like not going is probably your best option here. Good challenge, really good challenge. Hey Chef, what's up? How you doing, Chef? My Chefy Chef. No clue who you are, but yo, that's the Chef Platypus. He actually introduced me to Five Arms. This looks weird right here. Your rotation here gets you a little too into the center. You're rotating into the center of your net. Rotating back is really important. You want to be like this way. That way you're coming into the net and ready to save in the net. Because if you land here and you're like in the middle of your net, they can shoot wherever they want. And you, since you're in the middle, you have to preemptively decide which side of the net you're going to save. This was just game sense. So just when you're rotating back into your net, be cognizant of that fact. They can shoot anywhere, and if you get into the center, it's not going to be very good. You have that problem in 3s or 2s? Yeah, it's good. Like, I mean, once you get here, you can then decide if you want to push forward. Like, if you do have another man back, you know you have someone else back, like in 2s. Then you can bum rush him and hope that he's going to, like, he throws away the ball, takes a shot at the net. Now your teammate has a better time, and they can predict where it's going to be going better. But this was just a game sense, and this one's probably going to be a hard habit to break. I think early on when I started like trying to learn rotating back, started like visualizing rotating wider, if you will. That way I didn't go into the net on purpose. Just go far post. That's like the best advice, basically. Far post of where the opponent is for taking a shot. Unless, you know, you can funnel them into your corner, and you can do that. But This might be very hard. Yeah, turn up exactly. I like to be arriving at the back post when they are taking the shot. So like once he hits this ball, I want to be arriving here. That way I can then go to where making sure I'm getting to the net when the shot's getting to the net. Because if I get there too early, then they can fake me. If I get there too late, I can't save it. Mic cut out? Did it? You fucking with me. Or they just cut out for 1 sec. Maybe that was on your end, Chef. Maybe your audio just died. This is good. This is good. This is fine. I wouldn't hit it here. You don't need to hit this anymore. Like, I don't know why this guy left. I'm surprised he left, but here, I wouldn't hit this right away. I think you were panicked because you're on low boost. You're trying to get it clear so you can collect boost. But you don't always have to hit the ball away from yourself. In this scenario, I'd probably try and get a lighter touch just so I can try and get that boost pad to the side over here. I'd be trying to get this bad boy and get a light touch that I control. That way I can get another 50 with him if I need. This bounce might just give him possession again, and he can turn this around. And now that you're flipping this way, you have to wait till you land to do anything else, and you're already at 0 boost. When I'm on low boost, I try to not flip if I can. And I get trying to hit the ball away, and that's good. But if you can hit the ball away into a place that you're not losing possession, that can be huge as well. Like, you know the ball's coming towards you here. Let's see. Let's go back a wee bit here. If he hits the ball here like this, if you could, I don't know if you could. It could be really hard, but you could try and control the ball back to your other corner and get that corner boost on the other side since he's over here. And then you could regain kind of a little bit of momentum. Here, you're kind of hitting it to where he already is. Water that poor plant. Still got that thing. I think it's in a box somewhere. I don't think I ever unpacked it once we moved. Water any of these plants behind me. You tell me which one. You're gonna clean up my bank account? Okay. Joke's on you. I don't have a bank account. All my money's in gold. Oof, and that second flip was also a big mistake. Should be open now. Yeah, this flip definitely just sends you really far away. I would try and control it. Especially on defense. How do you make small transactions? What do you mean? I don't make any transactions. I'll just say this is knowing when you can. Is basically the only thing you can. And this second flip is what fucks you. You should have been scored on right when you fucking flipped here. That was open. He drove up on the wall. It was his mistake. I like you getting those 2 pads. You don't have to commit here, but being aggressive in this scenario can make people panic, and that's fine. You didn't technically overextend. I wouldn't have went for the pinch here, but hey, if you want to go for it, I don't think it's bad to go for it. Overpays, it's all the same. Exactly. That flip was risky because during that flip he could have done anything, but he was obviously awkward. You never want to challenge when your opponent can outplay. So first off, I know that you want to like break down this distance. Maybe you could tell that he was awkward and that's why you tried to close in the gap. If so, that's good, but it's a bad habit to get into. Because here, if he would have just hit this ball, like if he would have seen you flipping here, he could just hit this against the wall. It would probably go over your head. Since you're going this way, he just has to avoid you and probably have a pretty easy open net. Flipping to close in the distance isn't great. Then we've seen this one before, challenging when the opponent can outplay. We have seen it now twice, so it is going to be something to keep in mind. This is a good shadowing position. You can get into a good shadow position since he can say flick. You could get behind the ball so he can't see you. That might scare him to flick early, and then you can make a save. You can fake challenge, see if he flicks, and then get the save, or just get into the shadow and wait to make a reactionary save. I don't know if you're are you comfortable with shadow saves? Have you done a lot of them? Hashtag 420. I think you flip to the right. If you flip to the right, you're flipping the wrong way depending on how you hit this. Yeah. I would flip in through like the center mass of the ball if I could, and try and flip more to the left. You also flip a little bit early. I try and flip a little bit later. You're not super comfortable? Okay. Decent. Anticipate the bounce out. He can outplay, so don't commit. Nice. He leaves. He shouldn't have left this. Another flick. This was a flick opportunity. This is a few opportunities. You had a lot of opportunities here. Since you have a nice little bounce dribble shot, here you have a flick setup. Here you have a flick setup. Also, don't be afraid to not shoot some. You don't always have to shoot all the time. You can hit the ball here. It'll rebound. You know, you can take the ball infield since he's like over here somewhere. You could take it infield and do like some sort of a cut infield if you want. Try and get a different angle on him. Or if it's just awkward and you don't feel like you have good control of the ball, you can always just straight up leave. Maybe take his boost, hit it over his net, take his other boost. If you're feeling awkward with the play, don't ever be afraid just to take the ball back to your half and say, fuck you, I'm going to get a new angle. A bit more from the center, but still right. You flip right. You flip right? Yeah, be more... You'd have to change your going in towards the ball to flip to the... It's good to switch it up. Like, if you notice you're flipping to the right and you're losing, just flip to the left next game and see what happens. Or next kickoff, rather. You'd have enough momentum to carry this back to your corner. Nice. Watch out for bumps from him here. Gets the ball away. This might be awkward for you. Good read. I think flipping here may have been a mistake. I may have just opted going for that middle boost and trying to see if he wants a 50, I'll take a 50 with him. But because you land here, this is just an awkward angle for you. Once you're here though, you have a few options. I think booming this onto the sidewall would be good to get it midfield again for you. But either way, he's going to get that middle boost and you're going to be fairly low on boost. I would just stay as close as you can to this. I think you just got a mistouch right here. I think you mistouched this and he got a really good challenge in on you. You should be able to get back. Let's see. Good try. I wouldn't have left the ball here. I don't think I would have left the ball. Let's see how close he is. I think I would have stayed on that. Because now he has a shot at your net. Save though? We have another flick and or dribble opportunity here. Good flick. Good follow through. This is in the corner. You're controlling the ball in the corner seems a little awkward mechanically. I have a decent pack for that, actually. Oh, okay. Thank you for the alert, Turnip. Appreciate you. Looks like you are winning this game. Don't throw it. I think you flip too far to the left here. Yeah, you land too far on the left. And since you're landing on the left, That's why he's gonna win this kickoff really hard. I try and get as center as I can with that kickoff. And I don't think it's gonna be a big issue. Your kickoffs, they seem pretty fine right now. I would keep working on them, obviously, and noticing when you're messing them up, but I don't think it's gonna be something you need to grind out. Looks like you have a better kickoff than me, honestly, but... Good one, good wave dash. I think it could have been a wave dash. Good control back. Good not like jumping off the wall. A lot of people like to panic and flip off the wall. Watch out for this bump / demo scenario. This is risky. You know he's coming in hot right here. You can see him. Just be careful. Nice pop to make it high and awkward. Watch out for like bumps and shit. He's really trying to play aggressive with you. And he's playing it back nice. We have a mechanic here. It's a good one. Looks like your setup was a little rough, but you get a save off of it. This touch saves you. I think this flip was a mistake. I think if you would have held on to this instead of flipping right away, you could have had a better one, but yeah, Prepaid's better at these kind of flicks than me, or these kind of flip resets than me. So ask him. Good little power slide, good little pop up to make it awkward on him. And that should be game. Nice. Good game. That was a good game. All has too much downward momentum. Yeah. Just a delay. Just know that if you do that, they could control it, and flip resets are like a pretty all-in sort of play sometimes, so let's be careful with that. Let's go on to replay number 2. Whose camera settings do you use? A pro's camera settings? This feels like almost like AppJack's camera settings. Oh no, he fucked that up hard. Nice, nice, there you go. Wavies, okay. Right here, after this touch, this is just like what I think is right. So right here, once you make this touch and it kind of goes away from yourself, I would start getting ready to recover. Maybe boosting to the ground, pointing my nose down, maybe just being a little more ready to recover in case he gets a good save. That was a good second touch from him, but he just wasn't ready. Good play, though. I think they're good. Good checking from him. A lot of people at your rank don't like to check for people. Another flick opportunity. We've had a lot of flick opportunities. It looks like you are really uncomfortable flicking. I think if we got you a little more comfortable flicking, you would start converting some of these scenarios a bit more. And also, if you're good at flicks, and you can like get out like a flick early, like this, he's going for that boost. If you get any sort of flick like here, this could be really hard for him to save along this wall. Or even if he's low and you flick it up high here, that could also be hard. But if you get out these flicks early on, they'll know that you're bad, or sorry, that you're good at flicks. And then that can kind of change how they play the game. They might be playing more reactionary. They might try and start rushing you. Then you can start low 50ing them. You can fake them. But once you kind of put into their heads that you can flick well, sometimes it kind of changes how they play the game. And that's always a good way. Let's see if we can give you any specific tips with the catching of this. As long as you're just a little preemptive on the flip. Because the ball doesn't feel settled well enough for you to start your jump. You're also, when you're making your jump, I think you're too far under the ball already. Like here, this is where I would try and catch it, but you get a little bit too far forward. You see, when you're jumping, your wheels are inside of the already here. I want the nose of my car to be just getting in there normally, so I can get that nice flick up into this direction, like a nice little 45 or something. But that's just, you'll get comfortable with that the more you grind out flicks and shit. How can you see my Bacchus mod decal? What do you mean? I think if I have Bacchus mod, I can see your Bacchus mod decal. I think it's like saved within Bacchus mod or something weird. I don't know. You should be able to control this back. Don't leave the ball. Right here. I don't know why you turned away from the ball. I don't know why you did that. Like right here. Watch, you turn to the right. You see that? You didn't need to turn to the right. That was your ball all day. I don't know why you turned here. You know why you turned here? I think you got the boost. I think maybe you're trying to set up... You're going to try and control it to the wall. Yeah. Here, I'm like, this guy, like, this is an open net for him. In this scenario, since he's so close, I just want to get the ball away from him and get it back into my control. Don't leave that ball. Possession is key. This is open. Save it. Unfortunate. Yeah, these are awkward to do. But again, it's about making this easier for yourself. He's in fucktown right now. This ball, you could probably even let the ball bounce before shooting and still be able to score this before he'd be able to save it. Maybe not so exaggerated, but I mean, right here, you could just slow it down a little bit. You could probably even toggle off cam. You could just try and catch it. I think he just rushed the shot a little bit and kind of made it hard for you. And that was a good save from him. I'd say once you fucked up, like here, it's good habit after you fuck up. Now, since you fucked up, you're at 0 boost, you're on their half, you need to like have a plan in mind. Like, am I going back? Am I getting boost? Am I diving for the ball? I don't recommend diving for the ball. But you want to be getting out of this scenario and you want to be getting back as quick as you can because he's likely going to be able to control this and get a save. And if you overextend with 0 boost, like 9 times out of 10, that's going to be an open net and you are not going to be able to get back. This is also something that I have a big issue with. I do this all the time. I do not know when to leave a play a lot of the time. And see, now you're here. This is an awkward spot. He's also 0, sure, but this isn't scoreable for you now. But good getting back here. He hits the ball to you. Another flick opportunity, and you just kind of lose the ball. So, it was so close. You just need to be a little bit more forward under the ball for that second catch. Yeah, it was really close. Good taking a low 50 on him, though. Keep an eye on the ball. Nice. He should have a flick here. Good save. Let's see from his POV, though. Could have been a little bit closer. You were covering a lot of the wall for a long time. I think if he flicked earlier, you may have had a harder time saving this. So after this, you're kind of along the wall over here for a little while. I think you'd be shocked at how little I've trained my flicks and shooting. It's embarrassing. Sounds like it's time to get you on that bandwagon. He also could have gotten a better flick. If he would have flicked that top left, I think he would have been able to score on you. Win. Okay. Don't overextend. Get his boosties. Get a demo. Nice. Should be open. Good shot. That was a good shot. He fucked up. This should have been an open net for him. When this bounces off the wall, this is a really awkward scenario. Is this, if you let it bounce and let him hit it and he gets a good shot, that's open. Ideally, right here is where you want to start trying to control it. You can always stay on the wall. That way, if he does push up towards this, you can jump off the wall, but you have to be really comfortable with these scenarios, and these scenarios are very hard to be comfortable in. Let's look at his point of view real quick, see if it gives us a better... Okay, so you see here, now you start turning down, and he knows you're not likely going to be going for this. If you kind of stay at the same, like, relative height with the ball, like if you went up the wall here and you stayed with it, and then once it started going down, you start going down with it, Ideally, you'd want to try and get it clear, control this back somehow, but this is an awkward scenario to be in. But if they start getting close, this is when you can outplay them. When I'm in this scenario and I see it bounce off the wall awkward like this, sometimes I'll kind of overcompensate and I'll turn really wide, and that way I'm coming back towards the ball and I can clear it past them if they overextend. That's another option that you have as well. But this could have been an open net. See that? He just got a shitty touch. I like your spasming of the camera to see where he is. Oof, unfortunate here. That bounce kind of... And in the corner hit your jump. It's a little unfortunate. Might be able to save this. You might not be able to score it too. Good demo. But here... I don't think you need to hit that ball. He's going for your boost. Since he missed this, I'd probably just... I think it might be hard, but you may have been able to catch that and control it infield. And if he's overextending for your boost way over here, if you caught it here, got a touch infield, like one more touch downfield all the way, one boomer touch could have saved you. It would also probably be good for you to 1v1 people that are a little bit better than you. That's what I like to do. Sometimes it tilts me out of my mind, but it is good for you. Really good demo, though. Catch. Flick. Nice. There we go. Make him save it. Doesn't even get the save. Good flick. This was really good. Let's look at it again here. So you catch it. You're good here. You see how your nose is... Your nose isn't too deep into the ball right here. Try and remember this position here. Like, it looks like your back wheel's just like... Looks like it's just starting to come towards that first ring. It's a good... Good job. It's the only flick we've seen from you all game. Only really good one, rather. This is open net if you are comfortable jumping and shooting for these. A little bit of hesitation. So right here, I like, if you're comfortable, obviously, but you have to get up before he decides to go. You might be able to score that. So right here, I just think you take too long to decide to go. That's the only reason you get scored on here. If you're comfortable jumping off the wall here too, you can jump a lot earlier and get up to this. That is, again, if you're comfortable. It's very risky in ones though, because I mean, if he gets the save, which is going to be likely, especially if he gets his boost, he can probably make a save. But you can go for it, and you can probably try and recover as well. But these are risky, but don't go for it too late, because then it's even more risky. Because then he can just outplay you like he does here. And that was a good save from him. Good going for it and getting it out of there. Close game, good game. Looks like you get 2 at the end here. Let's see what's up. Not the best kickoff. Just obviously flipped the wrong way. He's going for this. He's not very... That's funny. Making it awkward for him. Yep, get your boost. Oh no, you missed the boost. It's okay, he fucked up really hard. First touch was a little heavy there. I don't know if you meant for it to be that heavy. Nice 50s. This is an awkward scenario. Just gonna have to do your best to control it. Nice, he overextends. Nice Musty. He hit it way too heavy there. No! I'd say if you want to go for more wall pinches, start practicing more wall pinches. Looks like you like going for them, so it wouldn't hurt to train them. If you actually want to like start going for them in game, just start putting like some time into them in game. I don't know if you like only practice when you happen to see them in game, or if you like actually have a training pack that simulates that exact scenario. But if that's something you want to work on, like, I mean, if you like doing wall pinches, fuck it, do them. They can be really good sometimes. You should have had that. Again, right here, this controlling the ball in your corner like this is really hard, but it needs practice, and we can tell that from this as well already. Poor bastard. Good games though. Those were some good games, Dave. You're definitely, I'd say you're pretty good. You're only what? You said you're diamond something in ones, right?